Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle Channel, and today we're going to play an Alan Jackson song, Little Bitty. I've had a couple of requests for this one, Little Bitty, a song by Alan Jackson, which he recorded in 1996, and he used several fiddlers on that album, Stuart Duncan, Larry Franklin and Joe Spivey. I'm not sure which of those actually played on this single. It's a kind of a song which I would describe as a country Cajun song, and there are several others which I've covered already, including Louisiana Saturday Night, The Cajun Fiddle and Diggy Liggy Low, all of which have the same Cajun shuffle going on in the background and have the same Cajun intro. And by the Cajun intro, I mean that kind of thing, where we are doing almost a whole bar of fiddle intro. And it's very percussive. It's all down at the heel. It's a bit like, but it's longer and it's a little bit slower. And the one that we're starting off with here is like that. So when you can play one of these songs, you can pretty well play all of the songs because they all follow the same kind of formula. So I'm going to show you the intro, I'm going to show you the vocal melody for the verse and chorus, I'm going to show you each of the fiddle breaks, and I'll have a look at how to do some backing, making up your own backing. Okay, let's start off with this intro. And with it being in the key of E, I'm going to suggest that you use what I call the fiddle capo, where you put your first finger on the E and on the B at the same time. And you can keep that on, I think, all the way through. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so there's one bit where we're sliding the whole fiddle capo down to E flat, B flat. That's for the second line of this intro. Notice that there's an extra bar at the end of the intro. There. And if you're playing this with, let's say, a singer-guitarist, it's perfectly possible that they might leave out that extra bar. Because these kind of little arrangement bits in country songs often get evened out by other people trying to learn them. Okay, let's just do that intro along with the backing. I noticed that I droned pretty well all the way through. So when I'm playing that first note, for example, I've got a B going at the top, and in fact, all the way through, I'm playing both strings at the same time. Okay, then we're into the verse, and I've written it in the lower octave like this. Chorus. Notice again, I've used the fiddle capo all the way through, and I've droned a lot on those two strings. Now the verse, if you were playing this without vocals, then you might do. and then I would go down the octave. So you could do this as your solo, just follow the melody if you wanted, or for the breaks. And don't worry too much about the individual phrases, because what the vocal does changes each time as the words change, and singers phrase things differently from fiddlers anyway. So feel free to kind of mess around with this. Let's just do now the intro, the verse and the chorus as I've just done. And the purpose of playing the verse and chorus like that is mostly just to learn what's going on. If you're doing this with a singer, then much better to stay behind and do some kind of backing lines, which I will explain a bit later on. But it's always worthwhile learning the melody first. Okay, we come to the first fiddle break. And that's pretty much like the first line of the intro. And I would say you can make your own up, or you can just keep doing that intro if you want, rather than learning each of these fiddle breaks. But the second fiddle break, after we have a verse 2, we have a chorus. The second fiddle break is on the section that goes to the A, in other words, the chorus. So A drones and E drones over the first beat. Or you can also do a 4-finger drone. And here the fiddle capo is going on the E and A and E strings. First finger on B and F sharp. That is a nice little flattened 7th for the A chord. Notice we got that extra bar again. Okay, we have a slow verse where you could drop out if you want. We have a double chorus, and then we have the final fiddle break, which is also an outro. And that's a nice down, that's a nice ending that you can use. Okay, let's have a little look at the backing. I did a video a while back called the 3-chord trick, which works very nicely for this song. The 3-chord trick basically is an idea for finding adjacent note pairs for the 1, 4 and 5 chord, which is all you've got in this song. And you can do it either in an upper or lower octave in this one. And you always start finding the 3rd of the 1 chord. In this case, it's a G sharp on the E string. You place your other finger, first finger, on the string below, the position below. So we get that for the E. For the A, you take the whole thing up 1 step. And for the B, you go down 1 step. So that'll cover all of the chords, and they're right next to one another. You can do the same thing an octave lower. In this case, the 3rd of the E is your 3rd finger doing the G sharp. 2nd finger is going on the G string below. And then you can do either that kind of thing, or that was the Nashville Shuffle, but a song like this works well with the Cajun Shuffle, which is very similar to the Nashville Shuffle, but instead of just da 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 da, we're doing da 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 da, or sometimes da 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 da. So the positions for the three chords could be stuff like that. So you could do that through pretty much the whole song if you wanted. Let's go from the beginning, and I will just do chops and shuffles. So that's the kind of backing that you could do, and it's nice to vary it, so something different in the verse and the chorus, and jump out and play up and loud when you do the fiddle breaks, is my suggestion. Okay, thank you for watching. If you'd like a copy of the sheet music for this, then do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. And if you'd like to see these videos keep on coming for a long time in the future, then do please consider joining me on Patreon, because that's what keeps them coming. And you'll also get all of my PDFs in one go if you do that. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.